going on, y'all? It's your boy Chad with the More Watts podcast. I went to visit JTrain Wellness. I got to get a Vo2 Max Test. Stay tuned. Oh, well, this is cool. There's a thumbprint for me to get in.
If anyone comes to visit JTrain, it's super important that you see this, My Bridge. Ewood My Bridge was the first artist to capture movement on film. Lenticular imagery, that's the middleman right there. So when you walk by the middleman, right here, it moves. And then we have to have some chocolate love, Jack Johnson, our first black heavyweight champion. When I was walking around, just training, and I had to get a massage therapist to work on me, or an acupuncturist to work on me, I would have to go to several different places. I was like, you know what? Just on a fact that I want to be selfish, I want to have a place where I can come and get an acupuncture session from a great person, massaged by a great masseur. There you have it. Now, when you walk down the street, this is known as the My Bridge building. And you can see why it's beautiful. Remember we talked about security? I also like to have fun things, you know? It's just, if you're not having fun, like, how many gyms you know, like, you have to have a fingerprint to check in? I mean, in terms of interior design, I love design. I love, like, Moroccan tiles that I chose. You know, just the process of creating and building for me is super fun. You have this photo, it's a Gerhard Richter photo. Elegance, beauty, high quality. This is an Insatiable painting by Will Cotton. If you pan straight down the floor, the workout floor, you can understand that the attention to detail is like real. It's even these hands right here. These are called trusted hands. When you come in, you put your phone here. Like, I mean, you know, little trinkets and details. This is one of our treatment rooms. This is Yotam Space, Mudras Massage. It's my partner. And if you look at this installation here, this is done by this artist named Elise Lyon. We can do our stretching and recovery work on the table here. And we also have another toilet stall here with some art in here. This artist's name is Vo2, African artist.
Show them what you made of Joe in the bag. Show them real quick.
I had word to say, ooh. It's like this.
Ooh.
Touch it. Little play.
Now there's something that you told me earlier is that you used to DJ.
A little bit.
Okay. And you have a whole DJ setup.
Yeah, I mean, like, I think that if you could have a business where it's like you're at home, it's not a bad business.
Hey, used to have the silver tooth, and I was just a pup, get some 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 pup.
Just a little touch. I don't want to show off. Man, it just, if I could, you know, when designing something like this, I had to make it feel like home for people. So, you know, when a person entrusts their body to you, that's the most sacred thing they have. And so, if they feel like they're home, I think that's one plus that you have. And so, it's not a large space, but there's a lot going on. There you have it, JTrain.
Your Vo2 Max depends on a few key factors. It depends on your age, your gender, your fitness level, and if you're living in somewhere where it's mountainous, then elevation.
This is called a ramp test. We start real easy and it just goes harder and harder and harder. Okay. 50 watts to start, man. No stress. Every minute it kicks up, and that's your watts.
So you might be asking, what is a Vo2 Max? A Vo2 Max is a maximum rate of oxygen your body is able to use during exercise. The more oxygen your body can consume, the more you're able to generate energy. So when you're putting out those super hard efforts, you want to be able to allow more oxygen into your muscles to continue with that effort. Please don't die. Please don't die. Please don't die.
No. Let's go. Yeah, get it up.
Get it.
You got another minute, man. You got one more. That's it. Just 1 minute. Blow it out.
Get it.
3 seconds to the kick. 1 minute, man. Get up that hill.
Stay on it.
Get up that hill. Go. Stay there. No. No, come on, Chad. Come on, Chad. Let's go. Spin it. Come on, man. 30 seconds. 30 seconds. Let's go. 20 seconds. Come on. 15 seconds. Let's go. 7 seconds. Keep going. 12:02. Come on. Oh! Take that mask off, man. Take it off. Take it off. Oh.
How do you test yourself to see if you've gotten stronger?
Well, it'll be very obvious because if you stay consistent with your heart rate, let's say your average heart rate is 125, right? You do that for 2 months, and then you look at your average power when you started compared to 2 months later. Wow, I average 125 beats per minute, but my power is up 20 watts.
Speed is going to increase.
Your speed will increase, your power will increase, but your heart rate will stay the same. Does that mean? Because the stress on your body is less, but you're putting out more. Your output is more. That's the name of the game, right?
Yeah.
So to take it on an extreme end, you look at someone like Bradley Wiggins or something like that, right? You know, his zone 2 is what? Like at his peak was like over 300. Think about that, right?
Crazy.
But that's an illustration. Like his beats per minute is probably 130, and he's putting out 300 watts. Whereas like, you know, mere mortal, right? 175, 150 watts at 130 beats per minute, right?
Yeah.
But then that's what's going to happen to you on a smaller scale. Like you might increase 10 watts, 15 watts, 20 watts, you know, at the same heart rate. And that's the name of the game. If you got a big you got a big zone 2, that's impressive.
Gotcha.
It's going to happen. You'll see it. Like, I can't believe it. It's so easy, but I'm putting out so much more power. Okay, and you're going to get that only through the zone 2.
Should you do VO2, like get a Vo2 Max test once a year? How often should you get one?
Generally, like every 3 months, just to make sure you're on the right path and to keep you honest, you know what I mean? So VO2, it's the #1 best indicator of longevity, right? So like, you know, you're not a young cat, I'm not a young cat, and this is important to us, right? So one thing I focus on is longevity. So your VO2 score, you can improve it, right? This is going to improve it, and you have to improve it, right?
Yeah.
But it requires a lot of duration. That's the only thing. Like when you do zone 2 training, time matters. So the more you do it, the better.
Okay. Talk to me about what these scores mean.
The purple is that's where your calories are coming from at a given heart rate. Okay. So at 108 beats per minute. Okay. If you were to do this for an hour, that's how many calories you would burn total, and that's how many are coming from fat, and that's how many from carbohydrates, right?
Yep.
So that's why I recommend to you stay like 125 is probably good. It's like you'll be satisfied with the speed, but you're burning. Your preferred source of fuel at that intensity is fat, which is the name of the game.
Yep.
You're working your aerobic system, right? And like you see over here, you get to 155, it's like, whoop, it's all sugar.
So it's like, why even bother doing tempo? Like, I'm just...
Yeah. Correct. And that's that gray area. If you're just coming off the couch and you're training, right? I'd say tempo is probably a good way to go, and you will make improvements, but your ceiling's very low in terms of like where you're gonna be. You work down here, your ceiling is up here in terms of how fast you can be and how strong you can get.
Okay.
Right? Chad.
This is dope.
That was amazing, dude.
You started out strength training.
Well, my life has been predicated around just fitness, and so there's no thing that I do. Mm-hmm. I just like doing anything being fit.
Gotcha.
So as I swim, I cycle, I skateboard, I scooter, lions and tigers and bears. Oh my! I do everything.
When you got into cycling, did you have to make a shift? Because what happens in cycling is you lose all this weight and muscle mass. Did you have to reprioritize how you worked out throughout the week?
No, I always try and predicate all of my cycling behind my strength training, because when my strength training is good, my cycling is really good. Mm-hmm. When it's not, it's generally but also eating, like I don't eat enough because I'm so busy, and so I'm under eating, so I'm crashing a lot because I'm just, I don't have the caloric expenditure that I need calories in order to maintain the level of max output.
Okay.
So that's another reason why Vo2 Max works so well, because it teaches you to manage the duration cycle, which is going to allow you to go longer and maintain the high level of power force, generating force over periods of time, longer periods of time. That's why Vo2 Max is so important, because it teaches you how to manage the duration cycle.
Okay.
Which is essential if you want to get, if you don't want to die, if you like put the stress on the body, like feel like you're dying and want to get better at cycling. I started with body comp because I really thought that was necessary in order for us to communicate between massage therapists and acupuncturists. That was like the first idea. And then Vo2 Max, because it was like, I'm cycling so much, like I really love this, we need the information. And Mike and I had known each other for some time, being that we were all cycling in the cycling world, and like everyone, we passed through Strictly Bikes, and we were like, dude, I'd like to work with you. And it's like, all right, so let's do it. And then we met two times out there, and I invested in the Vo2 Max. It's like, that's what I said to Mike, how many times you meet somebody that you talk to 2 times and they invested?
Right.
Something like
right.
that. So that says everything about Mike. He's a compelling individual and very dedicated and focused. So then DNA was like something that I had been working on for a while, because we had a nutritionist who brought it in, and I liked it so much because the information went, but I was like, so why do I need her when this really is depicted around individuals versus like no slack to a dietitian. Very different than a nutritionist, by the way. Nothing can replace the dietitian per se. I'm actually speaking to a dietitian now to do the interpretation of the DNA for us in order to take it to the next tier for our athletes and for people that really want bespoke information interpreted properly, because the DNA is insane. But like, what do you do? Like when you're talking about, like I said, high performing people, they want to know every aspect of what to do to be high performers. Like one thing Vo2 Max testing does, it teaches you how to respect where your body is. Right? I don't want to put that much stress on the body and then have to show up Monday and perform.
That's what I tell people, and they're like, Chad, why aren't you doing the Century? And I was just like, I don't want to go home feeling like I did a Century. Like the reason why 50, 60, 70 is good is because I can go home and still operate and be a parent and a husband and a human being. I want to just be normal. Like I used to come home and bonk and sleep, wake up at 8 p.m. and then go back to sleep at 10 p.m. and then still be tired the next day. And so, I could do a Century. It's just not what I'm up for right now.
Yeah. And maybe this year I'll be up for one, but the one Century I'm doing is definitely, I'm doing Montauk with Major Taylor. You know that?
I just got someone from Major Taylor just invited me on that ride, and I was just like,
we did that last year. I almost died several times. But
you're not helping, Joe.
But that was the one ride I'm willing to die for.
Okay. See, when people hear die, they think like we literally about to die. Well, it depends on you.
Sometimes when you're on the ride, you're like, I'm dying.
I'm about to die.
You're like, should I call an Uber? Dude, I want to know one of you cyclists that are going to lie to me and say, there hasn't been a moment you said, me. Because you know what? If you have the money to buy those bikes, you have the money to pay for an Uber. So I guarantee you, 100%, there's been times you're like, maybe I need the Uber today, man. Yeah. Especially if you have like a flat tire, you have something go wrong with your components, and just some rain hit.
Listen,
it's just like,
the crew knows if I get a flat, I don't carry any sealing or repair stuff. When I get a flat, I call it a day.
You really?
Yeah.
No, I
that
can't.
means it wasn't meant for me to ride that day.
Oh man, that's interesting.
Yeah. Joe, thank you so much for allowing me to come into the space, for allowing me to do the body test, the Vo2 Max. Thank you to Mike. I know he had to sprint out, but
That's what Mike does, by the way. He's another person that he's looking to get on that bike too.
Yeah, I can believe it. This space is dope. It is called JTrain.
Yes.
This is Greenwich Village.
Yes,
And-
yes. Spring in Greenwich, and if you're interested in testing, definitely hit us up on Instagram, JTrain Wellness, and follow us. I am personally Joe Trainer 1 on IG, because I really don't like the spotlight too much on me. I really do well with everyone shining. That's
Okay.
what I feel good most.
Well, this one's on you. This YouTube video will focus you, and that's important for the public to know what's possible in life through your story and what you've accomplished, and also what you've been through to get where you are today. Nah, Joe, thank you, man.
Definitely, man.
Yep. Cool. All right, y'all. More Watts Podcast. This is a special one.
Yeah.
Peace.
Later.